Hey, what's up with it, man? It's your boy Dion Hudson coming at you straightforward and direct with another one like the other one, but just a little different. So, as always, I got another cool subject to talk about. Man, this one is cool, right? And it's about the importance of keeping it real, okay? So, I mean, how important it is just to keep it real. So there's many ways that this is expressed, you know. So we're gonna go Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. For you guys who are familiar with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And if you don't know what Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is, it is you can go Google it, you can Wikipedia it, you can go to the library and check out the book, but Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So Dr. Jekyll is like, be honest. Transparency is what we want. Honesty is the best policy. You know, friends are honest with each other, right? And Mr. Hyde is like, hey man, just keep it real, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Keep it 100, right? Keep it pimping, keep it G, right? So whether you choose to say it like Dr. Jekyll or you choose to say it like Mr. Hyde, it's all the same. Reality is reality, okay? And a true friend is someone who keeps it real with you on all levels at all times. So this is what I tell people, right? If you got a homie who doesn't like, doesn't want you to keep it real with them, they would rather you lie to them or tell them a lie. You got to question whether that's your homeboy or not. You got to really question that, right? I mean, there's people who would rather live in fantasy world, and they would rather live in a world of illusions than to embrace the truth. Okay, so some people are more comfortable with you lying to them. They'd rather you sit there and feed into their egos, feed into their misconceptions, feed into their fantasies that they're living in. They don't. How dare you show them reality? How dare you paint a true picture of what is right in front of them, right? Who are you to do that? So there's a lot of people that run from the truth. The truth is not very satisfying. It's not something that people like to hear. Okay. So you winning people over when you tell them what they want to hear. Tell them all the good stuff. Tell them everything that's wonderful about the world that you're living in, right? But when you start talking about, you know, the true facts and statistics behind COVID-19, no one wants to hear that, right? But we're all going through it, right? So what's the difference? Keeping it real is keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? So a true friend, what is a true homie when it comes to keeping it real? Okay. So a true homie's not going to leave you in the dark. They're going to tell you what's up. Okay. If something's going on and you're in a situation, they're going to pull you to the side and be like, look, homeboy, you're not in a safe situation right here. This is what's up. This is what's going on. These are the moves you should be making, man, because I don't want to see you go out like that, right? Do you see what's going on? Are you aware of what's happening in front of you? And if they didn't say nothing and they just let you crash and burn, that means they don't care about you, okay? First and foremost, if they leave you in the dark and they don't say nothing to you about what's going on with your situation, that is not your homeboy. You know what I'm saying? If they say things behind your back, if they say things that's messed up, like slander you or attack your word, behind attack your name or who you are behind your back, right? That is not your homie. That's your enemy, right? If they working with your enemies, people that you're against, and they're working with them behind your back, that's not your homeboy, right? So all those are things that distinguish between who is a friend and who is not your friend, right? And one of the telltale signs that distinguishes a friend from not a friend is how he accepts what you have to say to him. You see what I'm saying? If you got a homie that's running from the truth, that means you can't tell him nothing. That means that any advice that you give him, it's not going to go in the right direction. So my thing is this, right? This is one of the things that I've used. It's a tool that you guys can use if you find yourself in this situation. And it's like this, you know. If someone comes to me and asks me for advice, first, when someone's talking to me about something, this is what I say when I'm dealing with people like this. So you're telling me this because you want my advice. Okay. Now that I know that you want my advice, do you want me to tell you the truth or do you want me to lie to you? Because I can lie to you, right? Most of the time they're going to say, oh, I want you to tell me the truth. Now, if I tell you the truth, if I keep it real with you, can you handle it? Can you handle the truth? They say, yeah, man, I can handle the truth. Okay, I'll give it to you. Bam. You like that? You like how it feels? I don't know. Can you take it? You know what I'm saying? Because the truth is the truth. That's why it's so important that when you speak on things, make sure that you're standing on facts. All right. Like I said earlier, there's people in this world that run from reality. I don't know why. I don't understand it. Some people get tunnel vision. They get trapped in the way that they're seeing things and they don't see nothing else. But the truth is this, though. Any insecurities you have, any weaknesses that you have, any things that you have about yourself that you don't want to acknowledge, you can never work on those things. And what you'll find yourself is you'll be traveling in a vicious circle where there's no progress. Okay. Now, how important is it to keep it real? Extremely important. Very important. Because people find themselves in situations. And when they find themselves in situations, they need help. And when they need help, who do they come to? They come to a family member or they come to a friend. And when they come to a family member or a friend, that person, the first thing that person is supposed to do is keep it real with them about what it is and what it's not. Okay? Honesty is the best policy when you're dealing with real stuff. Okay? Now, I know you can't keep it real with everybody. It'd be against your best interest to keep it real with everybody. But there's a time and place when you need to keep it real with people. And if you have homies that have a hard time accepting reality, it's really not too much you can do for them. Because what they need is a reality check. And reality checks come in different ways. But I'm a true believer that if you run from the truth will find you. And sometimes you might not like the way the truth finds you. The first thing before I can keep it real with someone else, I have to keep it real with myself. First and foremost, by me keeping it real with myself, I've opened myself up for others to keep it real with me. When you're keeping it real with someone, man, it has nothing to do with emotions. It has everything to do with the facts that govern the situation. I'll say it again. It has nothing to do with emotions. It's had everything to do with the facts that govern the situation. If you have a hard time accepting real and realness, that means you got a problem with life. And that means the only thing that you'll ever understand is a reality check.